Gaming podcast number 6, baby. Let's fucking go.
You're fucking demented, man. I fucking love it. All right, official PDHM podcast number 6. We are here with Javi, Indivin, Scrubby, and we got Creator, who will be introducing who he is and what his actual name is, because I'm definitely not fucking calling him Creator through the whole thing. And
Maybe you'll have to, though.
I might like it. That's what I'm scared of.
Well,
if I start
what's
calling
up,
you Creator, I
guys?
might like it too much.
Right?
All right, so why don't you let the
I am
people know who you are?
I am the founder of SmiteTournaments.com. It was created about 2 months ago. We run Smite tournaments on said website, and we're just, getting the community to play in some tournaments, have some fun, and get really competitive.
There we go. So what's your actual name, unless we're just going by Creator?
Yeah, my name's Cody.
Cody. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, Indivin is
Cody the
Rob,
Creator.
Aquasm is Javi, and Scrubby is just fucking Scrub, because, I mean, I know his real name, but he's just Scrub, because it's easy.
I feel it.
So, that's who we're here with. This pack of degenerates again. Any of you guys want to say anything before we just jump in?
Not really. I mean, I already know
Bust
about
nuts,
Smite.
Oh,
rails
God.
and butts, slap butts.
Slap butts?
Yep.
I like that.
Hell yeah.
Javi?
I don't have anything at all.
Can somebody ask this man the hard-hitting question first before we really jump in to the meat?
We need to know,
Alright.
is ass eating a necessity?
What?
You heard us. Yeah, my man did not stutter.
You
No, I
heard me.
didn't hear it.
I don't believe that. Scrubby, give it to him.
Is the eating of the booty hole necessary?
Absolutely.
Look at that.
I like this
That
man
is a
already.
renounding yes.
Hell yeah.
I like that. Scrubby, can you
can
hit
ask
with the
my
hip hop
girlfriend, she
horn?
knows.
One time. Just one time.
What?
There we go. Let's just piss off anyone that's listening. I don't give a fuck. Alright, so, Cody. I had a couple questions for you that I wanted to get out of the way first before we continue.
100%.
We know who I am. We know who everyone else is. We know
Right.
what you're doing. But beyond that, who are you? Did you start as a player? Is it something that you have a passion towards? Is it, what made you want to jump into starting to do this?
Right. So I think I was like 13 years old, and I was playing with a guy that was really fucking good at Call of Duty. And his name was Wolverine. Shout out to him. He'll probably never hear this, but he got me into this clan because he was like fucking like amazing at like capture the flag and hardpoint for Black Ops 2. And he got me into this clan, and we started playing together, and we were getting pretty good, and we were playing through ranked and got like to the highest levels, like Champions League, like nice and high, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's where that started. I was like 13, 14, man. But after that, it just kind of like, that was the peak, and I never played any kind of competitive ever again.
Like beyond that?
Yeah. Like I never like tried to get into LANs or anything like that. Until a couple months ago, I was playing Smite, and I've been playing Smite for like 5 years now, since the beginning of or the end of season 2. And I was just like, damn, this shit's fun. Like, are there any tournaments for this? And there's a couple. There's like Smite Prime and Vulpes and all that stuff. But there was never anything for me. Like, there was never any money involved because I wasn't the best player.
Yeah.
So like, getting into the pro league was practically, that impossible at that point. But I remember, being affiliated with this team and playing games and like having a shit ton of fun. And I wanted to create that for other people for Smite. And I was playing ranked, and I finished the season Plat 1. And because I'm not, some fantastic player, but I finished the season Plat 1.
Can you let the people know what the rankings are for Smite? Because I don't even know myself.
Yeah, so there's bronze through Grandmaster, bronze, silver, gold, plat, diamond, masters, grandmasters. And plat would be your average player. Gold would be your like below average, but still like that would be the most people. Most people would be in gold, but like platinum is like the real average player. And then like there's this massive learning curve after platinum.
Yeah.
So I was, playing normal games and having, a normal time in your normal MOBA atmosphere, which is a lot of toxicity and people wanting to fuck your mother for some reason.
Yeah, that's how that goes.
And
You're in the right place if we're talking about fucking
Exactly.
mothers, because that's what we do here.
My mom's dead.
Oh my god.
That's what I always say. I'm always like, you into necrophilia or something? Like,
Jesus. Fucking getting into it.
Like, I played in the next split, which is the next season, and I lost 6 fucking games in a row in gold, like the gold league, and I was just like, I was thinking to myself, like, I'd love to blame myself and call myself a terrible player, but I like every single game was just terrible and toxic, and like it was just not fun.
No, I mean,
and I realized,
if I can
I was
interject
just
for a
like,
sec, I feel like that happens with a lot of people on a lot of different things. You know what I mean? Like Javi had the same kind of
Right.
experience where he's always played competitive Call of Duty for us, and then this year, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if the wheels kind of just clicked in his head, but he basically just said, you know what? Like, this isn't fun anymore.
Well,
Right.
I mean, it wasn't even like that. It was more of not being able to be given the opportunity to show what I can do in the correct position.
Exactly. And
Mm.
so I'd like to create those opportunities for every single person, even those gold players, to really like grow not only as a player but as a human being. And I feel like we as a society of gamers have forgotten that we're all human beings. You know what I mean? And that's why it is so toxic, because you're not talking to a person. You're talking to someone that's looking at a screen, that's hearing you, and like there's no like in the real world, if you go to a bar and you start shit talking someone, you're gonna get your ass beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I mean, there's
In
definitely
gaming,
like a strange veil between the person that you're speaking with and the person that actually exists.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like like it's there is the separation. You know what I mean? And there's you feel a certain kind of confidence when you're fucking 800 miles away from somebody.
Right.
You know, and I feel like that kind of makes people lose touch with reality and
Exactly.
makes them act like complete douchebags when maybe they would never actually act like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I think it's one of those things that it really does happen to everyone.
Yeah.
Like, I've been a complete asshole to some people for no fucking reason. And afterwards I'm just like damn, like that was honestly
No,
like,
man, it's
fucking rude.
being like playing video games specifically kind of sets you up to have like the ability to morph into a sociopath at any point in time.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because you just like
Yeah.
there's the disconnect. There's the human disconnect. But at the same time, like it's a strange, but it's like a two-sided fucking situation.
Yeah.
Because it's also weird because you get the polar opposite where some people are like, yeah, I could be my complete self because I don't have to be worried or embarrassed or
Right.
fucking anything. And then you get people that are like, yeah, I'm just going to be a gigantic fucking pile of shit because no one's going to come and beat me up. You know what I mean? But maybe that person is really, maybe that's what they really fucking are. Who knows?
Yeah. And
It's a
and
strange thing.
it really is a strange thing. But I wanted at least for Smite right now, and obviously, I'm talking with a bunch of COD people, so we're branching out from COD, from Smite, but like I want to create an atmosphere for Smite players where you can get your 5 bros and play some games and have some fun in a competitive environment that's not toxic as all hell.
Yeah.
In Smite right now, you're only allowed to queue ranked with one other person. And there are ups and downs. It kind of evens the playing field because you don't have 5 stacks, pub stomping people. But it's also not as fun for many people. And it's hard for people to get into ranked because they have to deal with all of their faults.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
it is difficult for some people, or for a lot of people, to deal with the fact that they're not the best player in the world, and I came to the realization very, very quickly that I sucked at Smite. And and it's very
Freeing.
I don't remember the quote, but there's a quote from someone, and it's pretty much saying like, once you like, being terrible is the first step to being good. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. Well, I mean, it's this, the realization of what you are is the first step towards anything. I mean, when you look at fucking AA, you know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
First step is admitting you got a fucking problem, and if you can admit that
Right.
you suck at whatever you're doing, then it gives you a level ground to be able to build from, to continue to improve upon. You know what I mean? But if you can
Yeah.
never admit that you fucking just suck balls, then you're never going to improve, because you're never going to look for your own weaknesses, and you're always going to be blaming other things.
Right.
You know
and
what I mean?
So, yeah, 100%. And so, that kind of realization started when I remember I was 16, 17, and I played against one of the best duelers in Smite on PS4. His name's Dragon. And we played, and the first time I ever played him, I was probably like a gold player. And I actually won. And this was PS4, so this was behind Xbox and PC. The quality of players wasn't as strong. Now, that kind of difference in skill level is gradually decreasing, and there's a professional team called Hype Unit that's really showing that the skill level, like, they're really close now. Xbox especially is really close to PC.
Yeah.
But when I played against him, it was a realization. Like, we actually, the first game we played a mirror match, and we played the same god, and I actually won. It was really hard, but I actually won. And I was thinking to myself, damn, I must be pretty good. I beat the number one dueler, and that whole young mindset. The second game, he fucking bashed my
got
head.
fucking stepped on.
Hell yeah, like
disrespected.
Absolutely, and like, spam laughed and that whole thing. And we played game 3, and same thing. I got fucking obliterated.
Fucking spit on. That's upsetting.
Yeah. And then I was just like, well, never mind. You know what I mean? Like, the hell am I supposed to do now?
I mean, we all have moments. We all have moments.
It wasn't until very recently that I really decided that I not only did I have the tools to create, a community of players that wanted to play at a competitive level, but I had the mindset to really create that and deal with all the, this isn't going to become everything, this or anything. This is a scam, all that stuff. I've gotten all of that, hatred and
for
sure.
No
reason. It really is.
I know. Like, I know all
people
about that.
go out of their way to say fuck you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a strange thing.
No, I mean, like, when you can even ask Scrubby. Scrub has been here for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Something like that. And when he joined us, it was for Battlefield. And I mean, they, you know what I mean? Like, people would tell me, just fucking, who are you guys? You guys are losers, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
You suck, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile,
it's true.
Yeah, it's true. But, meanwhile, none of them exist. And we are literally only growing and, like, actually doing, like, LAN events and doing real cash tournaments. Like, we're going to be participating. We're sending a Call of Duty team to Minnesota next week. Javi, do you know the dates on that? Is it the 20th? 18th?
There you go.
The 18th is for the Helix, but is the 18th because we're sending a team to the New Jersey Helix for an event as well, but we're sending another team to Minnesota. Is that 18? They both fall on the same fucking day?
I have no idea.
That's crazy. Either way, and we're doing that. That's first place gets $80,000.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a 3-day tournament. They're flying out there, hotels, the whole fucking nine.
You're talking about Minnesota, right?
Minnesota, yeah.
Yeah, it's the 24th to the 26th.
24th to 26th. And it's incredible, you know what I mean, where we started. And then that's kind of what happens. Everyone's always going to tell you. There's always going to be people that are just like, man, you won't be able to do it. And those are the same
Right.
people that you realize are okay just getting a paycheck their entire life. They're
Right.
okay. They settle for, the 50 grand job until they retire. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And some people are like that, and some people want to build and, continue to improve their station, if you will. And
Right.
not everyone has that, has that ability.
Yeah. So when SmiteTournaments.com really got started, um, it's a random person saying, "Hey, play in my tournaments," and
Hmm.
you'll get paid money. Like
Yeah.
it's a strange thing. Like it really does. Like when you say it out loud, it sounds like a scam. But now you see what it's become in a month.
Yeah.
And all of those people have just shut their mouths. I even took the apology and was just like, "You're good. Don't even worry about it." You know what I mean? Like,
No, some people have nothing better to do than just to talk shit on success. You know what I
Something
mean?
to get off to.
Yeah,
right.
it's you know what I mean. Like it's because the problem is your success makes them reflect on their lack thereof.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
and so then they kind of just become fucking internet bullies and decide to put you down because they realize they suck. You know what I mean?
Everyone's
Like
a warrior with a keyboard.
that's it.
Right. The
Speaking
keyboard
of
warrior.
keyboard warriors, we got Clownish Joe in here. We didn't get to introduce him. He came in a little late. He is actually our Smite team coach. So I wanted to see if Clown or Joe. I'm not gonna call you fucking Clown. I'm gonna call you Joe.
That's fun.
Yeah, I think that might be the preferred
What a
method.
fucking clown, dude.
Yeah, no.
Exactly. What the fuck?
Joe, you want to introduce yourself real quick, brother?
Yeah, so I'm helping out the guys with Smite now. A little bit about myself. I played competitive Smite for a few years back in the early seasons, and played in all the Challenger Cups, whatnot. Was essentially like a game out of the Pro League. I've been playing since, but had some issues with the team, so that ended up not going through anymore. And it just got to a point where Smite seems to be at a stalemate, and there's not as many people who really want to help the newer players anymore. And
Yeah.
it's something that I always felt that the game needed, so it's something I stepped in to help out with. But currently, I'm also coaching with the Agogi Black team, which are like a plat diamond level, and then I have the PDHM guys as well, which are probably around a gold level. They got a lot of work to go, but those guys are refreshing to see in the Smite scene with how much fun and committed they are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're definitely committed.
that's what I saw. It was really nice to have these people. Like, I set them up with a scrim, and they didn't get destroyed or stomped or anything, but they lost by a good margin, and they were prepared to play a second game and really try to win. And I was just like, damn, like, good shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
these guys, they played in the Prime tournament on Friday, and they played against a full Masters, Grandmasters lineup.
Wow.
And these guys, given the other kids are a bunch of dicks, straight up, and we're mostly trolling, but these guys just don't have a concept of like what that is. They're
right.
to win, and they don't care.
Yeah, and that's what I like as well. You know what I mean? You can build real teams from that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
100%.
mean? That's what I enjoy because it starts with the people. You know what I mean? Like everything starts with the person and as the individual. Like if you suck as a human, then I don't want you anywhere near me. And that's kind of the mentality. And here's the thing,
Right.
like you can always find teams, but to be able to put together a team with loose players here and there and be able to grow and kind of get camaraderie between those, like I could go and like I got messaged 2 days ago or yesterday or today on Twitter, a full Smite team with a coach looking to be picked up by an org to have them play in like paid for tournaments and stuff, right? And I never even answered them back because I'd rather try and make these guys work for as long as that might take than not.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if Joe here
Yeah.
says, "Listen, Rich, fucking pull the trigger because this isn't ever going to happen," then we pull the trigger and that's it. And they, the guys I would hope that the guys would still want to stay with us and still continue to improve until they get to that point. You know what I mean? I don't like to kick people out. I don't make people leave. You will get benched
Right.
as a player or as a team, and you will be, we will have multiple teams if that's what is necessary to happen to be able to succeed. but I definitely prefer to be able to take the homegrown guys and try and make it all work, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's one of the things about SmiteTournaments.com is it doesn't matter if you're the best player in the world or literally can't, like, don't have thumbs. I want you playing in my tournaments. I want you getting better at Smite. It doesn't, like, you could be terrible. It's all right. Like, we have people that will help you, that will teach you, like, and we're here to fill in for high res in their absence because they don't really have, you know, teaching in Smite at all. And you know, Joe knows this. Like, you go into a ranked game and you expect your teammates to help you out, but it's just like, do one thing wrong. If you take one step like towards speed, like towards the speed buff as a mid laner, and you're like, your jungle doesn't want you there, he's gonna ping the shit out of you and then take the red, and then he's gonna make sure that you have a terrible rest of your game.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make any sense. It's like you're on the same team.
Yeah,
I played the game today. I haven't played Smite in like 2 weeks, and I played a game today, and I was just like, I remember why I stopped playing Smite. You know?
Yeah, no,
like,
sometimes it's disappointing, man.
Yeah, I played one game, and my support and my jungler are fighting because he's not ganking our lane, and I'm just like, he's 5-0. Like, what are you bitching about? Like,
no, I mean that's almost like reminiscent of how we even started to begin with. Was you know, it was like I started PHM in 2011, and it was kind of just a group of us on Battlefield 3, like 5, and we just wanted to have an all-inclusive environment where people didn't get fucking treated like shit by each other, essentially. Right. And then we continued and we grew and we grew and we grew, and then we started playing competitive on Battlefield 3 and then Battlefield 4 and then Hardline, and then we branched, and then there was the Rainbow Six team, and then, you know what I mean, and I played competitive, and I ended up realizing that I wasn't just looking for, like, me personally wasn't just looking for camaraderie, but I also like the competitive scene, and I like to play and smoke people, and, you know, that was that. I like to win, you know what I mean? And here we are now, you know what I mean? We're going to be signing a CSGO team. In the next couple of days, we just signed contracts for those Call of Duty events. You know, we're signing contracts for streamers now. We're doing some really cool shit, you know, and we're stepping it up to that professional.
Signing contracts, maybe it's on my team. Sheesh.
Yeah, well, fucking yeah. You want to talk about that here?
Nah, you know what? Embarrassed. We did better than Daniel's team.
You'll get
embarrassed. And we lost to the worst team on the fucking.
Damn, bro, you're loud.
In the tourney.
You're loud.
Stop getting all emotional. Put your ego to the side. Let's talk like civil fucking adults here. Quiet down. You're yelling.
I turned him down too much. Now he's fucking too quiet.
Literally, we played the #1 pro amateur team.
Mm-hmm.
We only lost max by 10 points. And hardpoint. Dom by 2. S&D by 1. What was the results? 3-2. That's the only reason.
Look, we'll sum this up real fast. Okay, how long have you had this team put together now?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay. Give it another 2 weeks. Let's see if anyone fucking drops out before then, because 2 weeks is not enough.
That's fine.
2 weeks is not enough time to be able to invest $2,000 into sending a team somewhere.
Yeah.
When there's only 2 weeks of teamwork together. You know, I need the team to at least be together for a month. You're doing really good shit. If you weren't doing good shit, you wouldn't be hearing this conversation with me. I'm going to keep it a buck. If I didn't like you and if you weren't doing your job, then you wouldn't be fucking here speaking with me. Because that's how I handle things. So, all I'm asking for is just a little bit more. Just a little more. A couple more 2Ks. A couple more, you know, an online tournament here or there, whatever. I'll fucking pay for it. You know I will. And then we'll start looking at which event did you want to go to, Rob? Bashoni?
Yeah.
So when is that?
Let me find out.
Because you also remember, to fly your ass from the fucking Dominican Republic is like $400.
Is it?
You're on a fucking island, bro.
Yeah.
No, it's normally like 200. I mean, I paid for mine and it was to like 200.
Okay.
Actually, it might be cheaper because people go on vacation there, so flying out might be cheaper.
I mean, I can find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. But like, dude, like, come on, fucking. I mean, no one said I wasn't gonna send you somewhere. I'm just saying I need you to have a team together for more than 2 weeks first before we even really discuss it. Logical.
Continue.
Exactly.
Hey.
Fucking, what were we talking about before Rob just decided to fucking get in there and get all emotional and shit? You got so emotional.
Tourneys, you're sending teams to tourneys or like that.
Yeah, we're doing cool stuff.
Contracts.
You know, we just we're officially an LLC now. You know, which is a really cool thing to be able to say. We have an EIN
Right.
and everything. You know, for tax filing purposes and fucking the whole nine. Kind of incredible. Kind of a fucking crazy thing that we're doing. You know, so we're looking at stepping things up to that next point. And I think that you're kind of on par with that too, right, Cody?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
want to
so-
elevate the whole thing.
Yeah, I had a great talk with a guy named Warwick, and he ran a duel tournament with a lot of the big Smite streamers, the Smite duel streamers in it, and we talked afterwards, and we're gonna run his tournaments on SmiteTournaments.com. So it's like it feels like every day, and our logo just came in. Like,
Oh, what is it? Put it in the general chat.
oh shit, yeah.
Put in the general chat. Let's get it.
Yeah, but like, you know, we're doing a whole bunch of shit, and it's all happening so fucking fast. It low key pisses me off. Like, I want to break. I want to take
No,
a
I
nap.
mean, fucking bro,
You know what I
Javi,
mean?
Javi, isn't that what I just told you like 2 days ago? I feel like my brain is bleeding.
Yes.
Right.
You know, like it's fucking. 2 months ago, we didn't even have a Discord. Now we got more than 200 people in it. 2 months ago, we didn't have a Twitter. Now we got 1,500 followers. You know, and we're, you know, fucking 1,300. I
There you
fucking,
go.
I rolled it up. I rolled it up.
5 or more raise the score. Come on, man.
That's it, baby.
Hell yeah.
And once it hits 1,500, that's 2,000. Once it's 5,000, that's 10.
That's it. 5 or more, raise the score. That's what I like. So next question I want to roll over into, Cody, was you know, what are you looking at doing? You know, what are you looking at doing in the future? Before we talk about what you're doing now, where do you want this to
for the
go?
future, that's a hard question for me because it could go so many directions. For me, I would like to, you know, personally be recognized by high res. First of all, that's like, you know, real big picture, kind of really broad. It's
Yeah,
like,
you know, like what are your
it's
goals
like
with this?
yeah, an official reckoning, like Smite the game going. Here is SmiteTournaments.com. Go here, play in tournaments, get better as a player. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's what I want. And again, Smite Prime, which is a much larger organization, they're doing as far as I know really well, and I'd just like to have another avenue for people to, you know, go and really learn. And where we've set up a partnership with something called GYO Score, and they can do all of the stats for you link
Oh,
the
like
account.
an analyst.
Yeah, and
Nice.
they'll show you all your stats, and they'll show us all your stats, and really being able to put people on teams of the same mindset and skill level,
There you go.
along with, you know, running, you know, larger drafts for people, and really having like people come together as a community, and having them have fun playing the game that they love while, you know, like playing competitively, because I feel that that's important. I feel that we've kind of reached this place in Smite where you can play competitively, but you're not having very much fun.
Oh, for sure, man.
Recently, Haddix, which is a pro player, ex-pro player, has well, he tweeted that he left the game for good, and we'll see if that's true or not. But like, it just sucks because you have these people that have committed so much, like, everything to the game, and just they're not getting what they need, and it's unfortunate that however that's happening, that it's happening. It's really unfortunate because these people have so many opportunities for, you know, for Smite, and a lot of people are just, you know, kind of going, it's not worth it anymore, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it starts with the community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I could
Yeah,
I could tell you at least 10 times that I could think of off the top of my head that we wouldn't be here right now if we didn't have a large community.
right.
You know, like the Discord has a couple of the community guys in here, but it's predominantly for the competitive teams. You know, we have a Facebook group with like 160 members in it that are
Right.
majority of them are like OGs. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like that's really what everything falls on. If those guys didn't exist, then this wouldn't exist because there was times where there was nothing happening competitively. You
Right.
know, like there was a time where we weren't in Call of Duty and Rainbow Six, and there was no Battlefield, and the only thing that kept us together were the people that didn't play competitively, that just wanted to make, you know, fucking just have fun with their friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is a cool thing.
Yeah. And so, more along the big picture stuff, it really is, creating this place where everyone can come together and play competitively and have fun. And CS:GO, I think, excuse me, I'm coming off a sickness, but CS:GO has a third-party ranking system. As far as I know, I think that exists. And I'd really love to create something like that for Smite, where you can go in with your 5-man squad and play against other competitive teams, and win, prizes and money and all that stuff under the sun, and really get people hype about Smite again, because it's really fallen off. And as much as Hi-Rez or Titan Forge wants Season 7 to bring all those players back, I don't think that's enough. I really think that, whoever's managing the communities, not that they're, not doing a good job or anything like that, but there needs to be more. And I'm one of those people that wants to do more for the Smite community. And that's, what we're leading up to. I want to really add to the Smite community and to Titan Forge. If I get picked up by, Titan Forge, as
Hey guys, I'll be right back. I
manager,
gotta
Yeah, no problem, brother.
if I get picked up by Titan Forge, to be a community manager or something like that, something along those lines, like that'd be phenomenal. And I do great, amazing things for the community. And I really want, SmiteTournaments.com to grow the community and to make sure that all those people that like Haddix who've kind of had enough, like come back and really like, start playing and enjoying the game again.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the big picture stuff,
No, without a doubt, man. And like I see what you're doing. I think it's pretty awesome. You know what I mean? Like I think you're doing a really cool thing. One thing I wanted to ask you: is there an amateur league for Smite? Because I feel like
so
that's
right
kind
now,
of what you're doing. Is almost like a lead into AM.
It will be. It will end up being that.
Yeah.
But for
Nice.
right now,
there it is.
Yeah, it's
that's cool.
That's pretty clean.
That's clean, man. It looks nice.
Yeah.
Hold on. Everyone, fucking give it a luchador. You gotta give it a luchador, baby. Javi, is that actually a picture of you? Can you throw up that picture real quick?
That is a picture.
Can you throw up the actual picture?
Actually, hold on. I got you.
You're not doing anything anyway.
Big shout out to Athaya_DZN for making that for me. That man's a beast. Like
That looks great, man.
Every step of the way, he was just like, "What do you want? Like, what can I do to make this better? Like, does this look great?" And I was just like, "Bro, like, you're fucking killing it." Like,
no, that's great, man.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
And so I'll be posting that on the site and on the Discord and everything. Right now, we have like the official. I think it's the title screen for SmiteTournaments.com. That's what we have right now, but
it's actually him.
So we'll be.
Cody, I don't mean to interrupt you, but this is the point of the night where it's not even late. Usually we do these things at like 3 a.m. and the wheels really fucking fall off. But I need you to look at this fucking man with his luscious lips and his fucking fat neck beard in the bottom of the fucking luchador mask. The M isn't even centered properly on his fucking forehead.
Damn, me too.
He's like the Dollar General fucking luchador. He's the Dollar General Nacho Libre. He's not even as
so stupid.
Oh no.
Oh man. Sweet Jesus. But No, man, I think that, from the time that, I was one of the first people that joined your Discord.
Oh yeah, you were. I think you were the sixth or seventh, something
Yeah.
like that.
And like, I'm actually going to pull it up right here. But it went from being like 2 tabs with no one in it, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, to really kind of blew up.
Hell yeah!
Very quickly,
and,
which is really great.
If you look at the help at the top right, you got Drew Brochi88, which is my partner. He's the founder of XP League. He's also running Call of Duty tournaments. Really nice guy. And then Face, who's actually a dual streamer for Smite, and he's a great guy. He's been helping me out. And Warwick's offline, but Warwick's also like really smart. Really like when we were talking, he was pretty much saying like, I love what you're doing, but how are you going to do it? You know what I mean? And I really had to, like, dig down and go like, here's the logistics of everything.
Yeah.
And like, like kind of work it out within myself also. Cause it's a constant work in progress and it's not going to change. Like it's always going to be this big, like,
Well, it's like one thing that
always
like,
growing.
for sure, and it's like one thing I always talk about, right, is that, like Michael Jordan, arguably one of the best basketball players that ever lived, owned, I don't know if he still does, own that, the basketball team that fucking sucks.
Right.
And they've kind of always done bad. Hornets, right? I think Carolina Hornets.
Yeah.
They've pretty much always done bad. And I read an article like 10 years ago that was basically talking about what was wrong with the team, and it's not him, and it's not the players, but the problem is the people that he surrounds himself around are basically all yes men.
Right.
No one. There's no abstract thought. Everyone is basically saying, okay, well, this guy's fucking Michael Jordan. He has to be right. So we're
Right.
not gonna, like, you know what I mean? Like, if he says, fucking,
Yeah.
I need everyone to do this, everyone's basically just saying yes because of who he is. You don't need people like that. You need people that are gonna challenge you, so that, because like to be completely honest with you, we don't all, not every idea and not every decision as a leader or an owner or anything in any regard is that they're not always gonna hit the mark. You know
Right.
what I mean? And
Yeah, exactly.
there's sometimes where you really fucking think it will, and it really backfires. And to everyone else, it was obvious that it wouldn't work, but for some fucking reason, you thought it was a great plan. You know what I
Right.
mean? And like,
Yeah.
you need people that are going to challenge you. You need the guy that's going to turn around and basically say, "Hey, you got a great plan. Now, how are you going to do it?"
Right.
You need that,
Exactly.
because that's what keeps you balanced. That makes it, that turns it into a reality. Did you want to say anything about that? Because I wanted to quickly talk about what you're doing right now, because I think you're doing some really cool stuff in the moment.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll be running a bunch of tournaments right now. The most popular is our 2v2 tournaments that happen every Friday at 8 p.m. EST. And like that's kind of been our
Your bread
thing,
and butter
like our
lately.
startup. Sorry.
It's been like your bread and butter.
Yeah, exactly. And so we did one Conquest tournament, and we had a couple ex-Smite minor league players in there, and they all, thought it was a great idea, and they wanted more. So, like, it's kind of, it was nice to get that verification from the people that we really cared about, not
Yeah,
the
for sure.
send us random messages, but the people that we really, really like wanted, them to go, yeah, this sounds great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was really, really nice to get those people to go like, yeah, we like this, like keep doing it,
Yeah.
And we're going to be running Conquest tournaments, dual tournaments with Warwick, and we're going to get the streaming online very soon. Like it's all going to be like nice, professional, crisp, like, and it's just going to keep growing. Like, and it will continually grow. It's not going to stop growing anytime soon. So my Prime is at 3,000 members, and I guarantee you next year we can have 3,000 members. Like it's not, it's just a waiting game.
It's not
I'm not a
unachievable.
patient man.
So yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's, you got to put in the time. Not everything is going to just build and multiply overnight. But I mean, like in certain scenarios, like yourself, like it actually honestly is.
Right.
swelling very quickly. You know what I mean? Which is a great thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you know, and there's like one thing that I've been thinking about a lot. I read it a couple weeks ago. It's something like, you know, the only people that fail are the ones that were scared to ever try.
Exactly.
Essentially, you know what I mean? And it's like, if you're scared of failure, then you never take that first step, then you'll never be successful at anything. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? Like even for me in my scenario, I wrote a contract the other day and I signed a team. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that
Yep.
is scary. You know what I mean? Because like there's legalities concerned. You know what I mean? And like that
And being solely responsible for something.
being solely responsible for it, and then having like the LLC and everything is kind of riding on that. And it's like, to take that first step from a bunch of guys that all are friends and get along and that are doing some shit competitively to, okay, we're paying you to do this.
Right.
Here's the contract. You need to sign this. You know what I mean? Like that fucking jump is a huge one, and it's terrifying. But I'm more scared of not trying and failing and living a life, you know, of regret and unsuccessful than being scared of failing in general. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And and that's where it is important, I feel like, because I think that all of this could happen and we could keep, you know, doing great things and all that stuff. But in the end, like, all it takes is one big mistake to derail the entire thing.
Yep, for sure.
And that's really scary, you know, like all it takes is me doing one wrong thing, you know, and
Yep.
obviously, you know, it could be anything, but and it's all gone.
Yep, one
You
slip
know? And
up.
I think that's one of the major things that really stops people. Like not
Oh,
only
for sure.
not only the fear of success, but the fear that everything you do, you own.
Yeah.
And that's really scary.
Well, it's the same thing. When you don't own it, when you don't own something, there is that level of disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like there's a
Yeah.
level of disconnect because you know, let's say some shit pops off tomorrow, right? Javi's one of my fucking right hand guys. Let's say something fucking terrible happens tomorrow. He just puts his hands up and he walks away. No harm, no foul. Nothing is riding on his shoulders. Zero responsibility.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? No, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying,
Just
Javi.
take it, Javi.
I know the gist of it.
You know what I'm saying.
Right.
Legally, if something was to happen tomorrow with the LLC, you would not be a part of that.
Oh,
I
I
would
mean,
be.
yeah. I mean, I don't have anything invested into it right
That's
now
what I'm
other
saying.
than time.
You're not a
But at the
principal. You're not
same-
an investor. You're not a fucking. You know what I mean? Like if there was a problem where court would become a thing, you could just turn your hands up and walk away.
Yeah, but at the same time, mentally, I feel like I would still be in your shoes.
Oh, for sure.
because
No, I mean you
what you're-
wouldn't put your hands up and walk away. I'm saying you.
Oh no, I
could.
would not. No,
Yeah, I know you wouldn't. I'm saying that you could.
I would do whatever I'd
Yeah,
have to do
peace,
in order to help you.
You know, there's a level of responsibility that kind of scares people, but it's you know, like I was saying before, there are people that pump gas and there's people that own the gas station.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's not a matter of luck, and it's not a matter of anything else. It's a matter of your mental attitude. You know, some people some people are good to do it, some people aren't. That's it.
Yeah. I want to go off this tangent. Like, I don't, you know, politics are so polarized and everything, but I think that if you really believe in something, just fucking do it. Like, quit complaining
Exactly.
about it.
Exactly.
You know,
yeah.
like-
Fuck what people think.
Yeah, like no offense to the, like, you know, your family or shit like that, but like sometimes your family's just fucking wrong, you know?
Oh,
Like,
for sure.
like
No, I
and it's
mean,
not-
fucking, like Javi himself is kind of, you know, he kind of had that when when he joined us, he was a kid. I mean, Javi, you were what, 17?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, he was a baby, and like his stepfather basically was just like, "You're not gonna do this,"
Yeah.
you know,
It
and
was pretty
yeah.
much just like trying to put it into my head that I had to be like everybody else.
Exactly.
And I don't think like everybody else. I have a different mindset. And, you know, if I were to talk to someone with, you know, a mindset similar to everyone else's, they don't understand me as much. they question what I'm saying. They question what I, what it means for me to do that, whatever, happens to be. And, and Richard was the only person that, would understand and would listen and, had the faith. And what I'm doing now is I'm doing that in return. I respect his ideology. I'm going to follow his ideology going into this whole business side of everything. I'm going to, support it as best of my ability. And then once I become financially stable, I will put the money I have to into this in order to get it
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, like Javi, the position that you're in now is the position that I was in when I met you.
Mm-hmm.
And look at how much my life has changed in a couple of years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's if you and I mean, like, you're fine, man. You're fucking 21. You're living in an apartment. You got a girlfriend. You got a job. You're doing your thing. You're figuring life out. You know what I mean? And you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be you will be better than fine.
Oh yeah, I know.
It just takes a little time sometimes.
Yeah, I mean that's what life is. It's a constant journey with its bumps in it. And I'm at the point in my life where I'm hitting every damn bump in the road.
Exactly.
I feel it. Trust me.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Especially when you're young like that. And it's weird too, right? Like, people say money doesn't buy you happiness, blah, blah, blah. Money doesn't buy you happiness, but it could definitely help you not fucking stress.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
A lot, like
like one thing I always tell my dad, my dad makes a lot of money. And like one thing I've always told him, because when I came back here, I didn't have a job, I didn't have a driver's license, I didn't have anything. That was like 3.5 years ago. And, I was I couldn't pay for something, and I was like, Dad, I need like money for gas. I was like, I gotta fucking get to, I gotta do something, right? And, he was fucking bitching at me about this or that, and I was stressed out. Oh no, it was because my car broke. My truck broke down. And, yeah, I was making like $2,000 a month, which no one can fucking survive off of. And my truck broke down. It was like $800. I was like, this is fucked. Like, I'm spending $250 a week in gas to drive to my job that pays me $600 a week. And then my fucking truck breaks down. I was like, Dad, like, I need help. I was like, I cannot pay for it. And I was like, I need your help. And he was like getting all mad at me. And this and that, and I was fucking stressed out. And he's like, why are you stressed out? Like, I'm gonna fucking pay for it. And I was like, well, because, you don't realize you're getting pissed off because you have to pay for something, but you have $1 million in your bank.
Right.
I don't have any money. I have like negative $2,000, and I can't pay for it. You know what I mean? Like, there's different levels of stress. No one likes to pay for shit, but it's a lot fucking easier when you have a shit ton of money. You know what I mean? Like, there's the difference between having it and not fucking having it. Yeah. And some people just don't get that fucking connection.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah.
Right.
Here we are.
And the branch off that, like, for myself, like, if that happens to the point where I make enough money to where I don't have to stress about it when it comes down to having to, drop a few, 100 or, like, a grand or something. Like, if my closest family or, my friends, my, just anyone like that was into that, in that position, I don't want that for someone else.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's like, even with these guys that I have never met in person on Twitter, like Silent, he, needed help. He was like straight up with me. He's like, can you help me, get through the week? I was like, okay, how much you need? He's like, like $30-40. I was like, okay, here you go.
Yeah.
I trusted him. I've never met the kid in, never met him in real life or anything like that.
No,
But
I mean, like,
he showed me the respect that, I needed in order to see who he was as a person.
exactly.
And, there's a part of me that was stressing a little bit because, like, oh shit, well, what if he takes my money and just doesn't give it back? But he gave it back to me with the extra $5. I was like,
there you go.
okay,
No,
wow.
but, and you know what? Like, when you think of that way too, you always got to remember that if you're gonna give someone money, you got to give it without thinking you'll ever get it back.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, I'm a big proponent in thinking everybody needs someone in their corner to get started.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody. Everyone needs a fucking cheerleader. Usually it's your parents. Sometimes your parents don't suck. You know, sometimes your parents suck and they're not your fucking cheerleader, and then you get friends that'll pump you up, or a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and then sometimes you don't have anyone and you have to depend on yourself. And, you know, I know some people in my life now that are fucking 30, you know what I mean, that don't have anyone in their corner, that are basically just fucking doing nothing, no job, no apartment, fucking living on a couch, this or that or the other, that if they had somebody in their corner when they were younger, they probably would have made different moves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or, you know, like, we all deserve somebody to kind of pump you up, you know what I mean? And sometimes someone has that person and sometimes someone doesn't. You know, like, I had, you know, my parents were good to me when I was younger, and then I left home when I was like 17. And I didn't have anyone in my corner from that time, and I moved to a different country, you know, on my own. And I didn't have anyone in my corner, and I motivated myself essentially to be able to succeed. And then I came back, and then I met, you know, my current fiance, and you know, well, my girlfriend, who is now currently my fiance, not my current fiance, like I'm gonna have another one. And I just want to make that fucking distinction.
Don't let her hear this.
Yeah, but she's behind me. She already heard it. It's over. And
Oh God.
you know, when I came back here, you guys gotta remember, like, I came back here when I was 25. I'm 28 now, and I came back. I was an illegal immigrant that entire like 7 years that I was in Canada. So I came back with no driver's license, no money, no nothing. Right, living in my grandmother's Section 8 housing apartment in fucking North Bergen, North Jersey.
Dirty
And
Jersey.
yeah, dirty Jersey. And I basically, you know, with her building me up and basically telling, you know, she made me realize that I am a better person than that. You know what I mean? I don't have to settle at fucking working at fucking Starbucks for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she was in my corner from the second that I got here, and she believed in me. And now, you know, we bought our own house together, and I'm making decent money at my job, and, you know, the sky's the limit, basically. You know,
Right.
and I have her to thank for that more than I have myself or anyone else, really. You know, and creator, my segue to all this is that we are in your corner, and we believe in you, and we're backing you 100%. And,
Well, I'm fucking glad. Like,
yeah, you know, and I think that what you're doing for the community is necessary. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, absolutely.
from what I've seen, the jump from like beginner to amateur circuit is fucking gigantic. You know what I mean?
It's more than gigantic. It's just impossible. You know, for a lot of people, it's just like
It's
really
a very
is.
high skill game, and the environment is unforgiving.
Right.
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
and you know, and I'd like to make like a distinction between Call of Duty and many modes. Like Call of Duty, you have that same skill gap, obviously, but it's a different kind of learning curve because it's more linear than the MOBAs. Like, I mean, I could get on Advanced Warfare and I could play with y'all and have a good time, even if I'm losing.
Yeah, like it comes to a lot of it comes to like, sorry, I just got a fucking message. A lot of you know, like with COD and with shooters and shit like that, you know, like, and I'm gonna remove Rainbow Six from this. COD
Rainbow Six is pretty complicated.
Yeah, you know, like COD is at its core who is faster than the other person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know why it has so much appeal. It's such like it's a simple and yet really complex, you know, really fun game. And
well, it's like a high skill, high dexterity, high sensitivity, high reflex, very centric kind of a situation. You know what I mean? And there are the nuances of, you know, you need to be here at this time and be here and PowerPoints and positions and things like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, like in Smite, on average, I don't know, Joe, maybe you know, or Cody, maybe you know, how many fucking items are there that you could buy from the store on average?
For mages, I think it's a little less than for like physical characters. So like there's physical characters and magical characters. I think that the physical characters have more of an item, but I really
think
don't
it's actually even though.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. There's like a few thousand different combinations you could do.
And that's
with all-
fucking absurd.
Well,
You know, like
there's more.
that
I
shit.
think that there's a lot more than 1,000. I think
there's,
it's-
No, a
there's
few
hundreds of
thousand.
thousands. I think there's hundreds of thousands because there's
honestly,
at
when
least
you're talking about combinations, there's probably millions. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, there's a ridiculous amount, and
And-
the items change every 2 weeks. So
yeah, sometimes they had them like, yeah. So it's and also you have to take into account the individual gods, of which there are 100
Well, and that's what I was gonna say.
more.
Exactly. There's 100 or more gods. There's fucking millions of combinations of items that you can choose from, and then you go down to the actual skill base,
Yeah, mechanics.
chaining abilities, and this and that, and then you
And
can
and
hitting
take
then the game
abilities.
knowledge.
exactly, and then in the game knowledge of knowing when to push and when to retreat, and ganking and fucking positioning and the whole scenario. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot more
Yeah,
to it.
there's a lot to
You
it.
know.
And I think in general, most people would agree. It took them like, it depends on how much you were playing, but it took me probably like 2 years to really like get into gold. Honestly, like, it's such like a complex thing. Like, there's just so much there, and there's a lot of people that don't have the people that can teach them how to do things. And I still see people, hell, sometimes they're in my games. I don't know how they got there, but people in my games that are building, like terrible items on individual gods. Like people playing, like building Hasten Fatalis on Loki, which, is a bunch of attack speed.
You used to
Loki
see
does
that
not
in
need,
Masters.
Yeah, like,
It
And,
doesn't matter.
so it's just like there needs to be somewhere where these people can go and really get help with the game. And the other thing is fucking pride. Like, people need to stick their pride in their pocket and listen to the people that aren't feeding the other fucking team. Like,
For sure.
like I get into games, and I'm a pretty nice guy, I'd say. So I get into games and I say, hey, maybe you should build this. I was in a game with this guy, and I said, could you build Sovereignty, which is a physical defense item, and there were 2 magicals on the other team, but the physical person on the other team was the one doing all of the damage. And I said, could you build Sovereignty, because he keeps killing us?
Yeah.
And the guy was just like, why would I build Sovereignty? There are 2 magical players on the other team. And I'm just like, what? And I explained it, and he was just like, but there are 2 magical. And I'm like, bro, like, you're feeding. Just listen.
Yeah, you're
Like,
fucking
it's not
2 and
that hard.
15. Like you gotta switch it up here, baby. Come on now.
Like people treat it like if they change their build or listen to people that they're like, like doing
Yeah,
something.
that they're subservient or they're not as good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And what it comes down
like-
to is experience and knowledge, and some people
Yeah,
have more than
it's-
others,
and
and
it's-
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and like there are like game changing decisions, especially when you're talking about conquest late in conquest games, where like what you do will decide the rest of the match. Like if one person doesn't go for Fire Giant while the enemy team is on Fire Giant, that could cost you the entire game. And it sucks because ranked people know this, and the 4 people that know what they're doing go to the Fire Giant, and the one person is playing fucking Loki and in duo lane clearing minions for no fucking reason. It's level 20, like and the team like just completely goes off on that guy. But in the end, it's not his fault. Like, it and I hate to say it because it pisses me off too, but like there needs to be a place where these people can go and actually learn and have fun and play competitive and have fun.
For
'Cause
sure.
I've lost the fun in competitive.
Well, what
Unless
you're
you're
doing, what you're doing, if I could just fucking summarize it, the way that I appear it, the way that eyes outside of the box can look at it, right?
Right.
You are building a tournament hosting platform, but within that, you are also building a community, and that's a
Exactly.
cool fucking thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a really cool thing because there's plenty of tournament hosting. You know what I mean? Like there's plenty of
there is.
tournament hosting platforms and shit. But you're also building this entire community around it, which is a fantastic thing, and that's the differentiating factor from these other places, I feel.
Right.
Quick
yeah.
question in regards to the tournament hosting: is this just like Joust 3v3, 2v2 things, or is it like a conquest as well? Or
No. So it is. We're running every kind of tournament. I personally, I don't like I don't like the running arena tournaments, clash tournaments. To me, those don't have value. That's kind of to me that's more like a waste of.
That's
like,
more
what's
of a
the time?
once in a
So
while for fun, if anything.
Oh yeah, obviously, and even when I was talking to Warwick today, even he was just like, the casual players eat that shit up, and I was just like, I agree with you, but I don't want to like I don't want to make sure that people are playing the competitive game modes, getting better with mechanics, not just throwing abilities out and killing each other, because people don't get better when they play arena. Their mechanics get better. But even then it's like this difficult kind of like hogwash of a bunch of people, like 10 different people doing their own kind of thing. And obviously there's it's a little more complicated than that, and you can strategize. But it's just kind of like constant W keying into the other team, and I don't think that that's the best way to learn. There's a lot more to Smite than just like running at the other team.
Well, it's like if I could interject. I mean, the only times I've ever played Smite is either Joust, when I know the other two people on my team,
right,
and they convince me to do it, or Arena,
right,
and that's it. You know what I mean? And like if I'm playing Smite, you know what my go-to god was actually? The two gods that I was best with on Smite were fucking
Neath and who else?
No. Janice.
Really?
Yeah. I was able to drop people in that little fucking portal and then hit them with the two testes at the same time, bro. Just
Honestly,
the double ball slag tap of fucking Doom.
I still can't play honest.
He's not a bad character at all.
What did you say, Robbie?
He's not a bad character at all. I used him for a while.
He's an amazing character.
He's really good when the meta fits him. He's a really high skill floor character.
Oh yeah.
I just thought he was cool looking. I thought he was cool looking. And then I realized I was like, fuck, when someone's charging at me, I can put this little thing at his feet and he's gonna fall in. And he's gonna take damage. And then I realized I was like, fuck. If I can drop the portal at his feet, I could hit him with the two balls, and if I can time my distance properly, I can hit him with the two balls at the same time when he comes back from falling in the portal. And once I got that figured out, and I was able to hit them with the three abilities, I was fucking unstoppable. It was fucking beautiful. I was doing crazy shit. Yeah, it was great. I liked him, and I used to play as Uller. Uller? Yeah, I used to play as Uller a lot.
What is it with you and high skill cap gods? Like,
I like to. You can ask anyone that knows me. I like to keep things complicated. Cool. Yeah, it looks cool. I like to.
Bakazura is good too.
Who is?
His name's Bakazura.
Which one's that? Oh, that's that weird crab guy, right? That looks like he's from that fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that used to piss me off. That weird fucking sand crab thing would fuck you up.
Yeah, he's pub stompy as hell.
Is he still good now, or did he
No, he's not good. He's just pub stompy.
Pub stompy,
yeah. Gods like that, and it's the same thing with Loki and then another god named Arachne. Is you can go into a public match and kind of like run the entire.
Arachne's a spider, right? The spider girl.
Yeah. And you can kind of run the entire game yourself, like, without your team, so that's why they call them pub stomp gods. I mean, you know that. But...
I heard that they put King Arthur in.
Yeah,
that makes me want to play Smite.
You should play Smite.
Just the
other high skill cap god.
Just the idea of being able to play as King Arthur seems awesome.
Take your face and just rub it on the keyboard, and you'll win every single game. 100%.
Bro, oh no, and okay, no. Here's the one I feel like is basic. So I was like, if that's a hunter, right? Uller's a hunter.
Yeah.
And then Janice was a mage. I think the only physical character, like a warrior, I don't know if he's a warrior or an assassin. Thor.
Was a warrior.
Thor.
Assassin.
Assassin. Yeah.
I was also good with Thor. That's it though. I want to say
that's hilarious.
When I say good, I mean that loosely. Like those were my best. Doesn't mean they were good. They were just my best, personally.
A lot of people use Bologna, but like they don't know how to use it.
That shit used to piss me off. That was that fucking stupid chick with the fucking sword and the skirt.
Very overpowered.
That shit.
If you know how to use it, at least.
Man. That shit used to make me so angry.
Oh my god.
The person that you're going against knows how to use it, then you're fucked, dude. Literally.
Yeah, I mean that was fucked up back then.
And she's not a hard character to use. So.
So I don't mean to hop off topic a bit, but back to like the tournament thing. Like, how often do you host these, and like, how do I hear about them? How are they like split up?
Yes. So right now, for this upcoming week, we're not going to do a conquest tournament because the new
So-
PCS will be coming out, the season 7 stuff.
Yeah.
So we want people to get ready for that, and then run a tournament next week. If you go on the site right now, you will only see the 2v2 tournament. We're going to make a bunch of updates to the site. But for next week, I think we're going to be running a 1v1 tournament with Warwick, and the 2v2, and then maybe a joust. And we're just kind of like preparing for a larger conquest tournament, along with running like kind of a YouTuber GM duel tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, upcoming we're doing the 2v2 is kind of like that's what we're doing right now. That's the main thing that's set in stone. And sign up for the joust and 1v1 pretty soon. So it's more like a join the Discord and stay updated. There's a Discord link on the site. It's right there. It says
I'm
join.
already in it. I got in it this morning whenever Richard mentioned it.
And then we have our Twitter at Smite Tourney. And
Are you on Are you on Twitter now?
Yeah, it's really small. We haven't done too much on the Twitter. It's we're gonna do a giveaway soon. Probably it's gonna be a Smite giveaway for one of the not what's it called, the new season 7. It's a new season 7 split package, and so we'll be getting that and then doing the giveaway when season 7 drops.
So wait, what is your Twitter?
At Smite Tourneys.
Tourneys.
So when it comes to like adding in the conquest, do you have like any? Are you splitting them based on rank, or like what do you got going on for that?
Yeah, so right now there's no split. We really want everyone to play together so that we'll kind of like have the stats coming in on how to split everyone up. And right now I feel that that's beneficial. Right now we're trying to get the most competitive people in, so that we can really build down and have the best people in, have the people that know what they're doing, have the people that can coach people. And we're setting all of that up through GYO Score right now. I can't really reveal too much because it's kind of still in the works, but we're setting all that stuff up through GYO Score, along with we're going to do a tournament circuit with what we're looking at being a $500 prize pool. And that will all be streamed on Twitch, and it's going to run from February until April. So it's going to be like a 3, each month is going to have one tournament, a larger tournament. First it's going to be a round robin, then a double elimination, and then you're going to have top 8. And those top 8, we want to do something big. And again, it's all being planned out. We don't have anything set in stone yet. The weekly tournaments are more of a growing point for us. The conquest tournaments, we want to like stabilize these tournaments, but it's difficult because we don't have people that are like, we want at least 16 teams in all of our tournaments, and we don't have the player base quite yet to have all of the tournaments that Smite Prime does with that like 16 teams for each one of those tournaments. But we do plan on having a 1v1 semi or something, like 2 times every month. The 2v2s are going to be every Friday because that seems to be a very popular game mode. People really enjoy that. The joust, same thing. It's going to be weekly. And then the Conquest, we're either going to do it once a month, much like large Conquest tournaments, or once every 2 weeks. But again, we're trying to grow the player base right now, so that's our main focus. And obviously, the tournaments are, a way to do that. When we get more people, and I'm still kind of building this now and working out, all the little details. There is something called Smite Little League. Problem with Smite Little League giving prizes to bronze through gold players.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Stuff like that happens. You have Smurfs coming into the game, and they have the stats of a Smurf. Of like a newer player, but the skill level of a grandmaster, and they can enter those tournaments. There's no way for us to see who they are, and then they just kind of like snowball.
Yeah, it's like an alt account.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
And so we're still finding through GYO score, find a pretty good way to really tell who these people are. Obviously, like once a person enters a tournament, if there's a buy-in, no buy-in, doesn't matter. When someone enters a tournament and they start going through the tournament and they start winning games, even if it's by a lot, it's not fair to just ban them from the tournament because they're doing well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
So
sure.
we plan on implementing a ranking system that puts people, bronze players in bronze like stages, silver, so on, gold, so on, so that when we have winners, people who are winning tournaments, they will move up to the next stage, instead of just having that one tournament like the Smite Little League, where you only have one place and you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, you're basically trying to like instill your own ranking system within your community.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is a cool thing as well.
Yeah, with like the prize pools and again, hope we get affiliated with High Res. That's the big plan, because then we can do like an entire gem system and work all that out.
Yeah.
And I'm working that out with the people that I know now. So but we plan on, after, we're gonna probably have like another month of growing, and then we're gonna really like double down on all of our tournaments, and that's when a lot of announcements are gonna come out, and our weekly tournaments are gonna be planned, and that will I'm sorry for my voice.
I was gonna say we're just gonna mention that you're coming back from being sick to come and do this for us. Just want to mention that quickly.
Yeah, so I think I got it. I think I'm feeling, there we go. But yeah, so we are gonna do a whole list of announcements about teams and orgs and all that fun stuff, and getting org affiliates in SmiteTournaments.com to pick and choose from players and sponsor SmiteTournaments.com, however that works, and all that fun stuff. It's where it's the reason I was sick. I didn't actually get better, it felt like, for a week, because I couldn't really stop working and doing updates to the site and talking with people. My throat just kind of didn't
fucking
like it
just
much.
started
So
fucking dismantling itself.
Yeah, so that's why it's still bad, and it's probably not going to go away for another week. But
no, you sound fine though. I wanted to be able to get you in here. I know we've been playing fucking tag essentially on actually getting you in here for a little while now.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
Yeah. Today you're it. So here we are.
Putting this out there, guys. I just got 160 kills. Yeah, all right, I'm out.
Oh no.
God, he's
Essentially, like, why I was asking all this about the tournaments and like how you're splitting them and whatnot is because, like, in a tournament situation with the two teams I have being such a gap in skill, just from being like a gold to a diamond standpoint, like putting them into a tournament against each other, given these guys on the lower team per se, at least in the meantime, would not have any enjoyment of going up against some of the teams that like we play against as the other the higher level team.
Right. And Conquest is the main thing where that split will happen. For the 2v2 tournaments,
Yeah, absolutely.
or the joust tournaments, or the duel tournaments, you enter, you play, whoever you get, don't get upset. And then if you lose or get stomped, it happens, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But the Conquest tournament, we really do. We care about, the player base's fulfillment. And it really sucks when you see that you're playing against platinum players and they're not platinum players. So, like as like for me personally, and I don't personally feel this way. I think that if I had a team and we were a bunch of plat players, I would love personally to play against grandmaster players and get stomped every single game. I still take enjoyment from me growing as a player personally, but I am a hyper competitive person, and I don't think that many people share that same kind of the drive that I do. Like, to literally, it doesn't matter if I'm losing,
Yeah, I'm in the same mindset. I learn more from losing than I do just from
We all
Exactly.
do.
Yeah.
We all do.
Right.
I mean, if you want to succeed, you got to surround yourself with successful
Exactly.
people.
Yeah,
Like
we don't scrim teams under our level, and either of my groups, we're playing our level and above only.
Right. Yeah. And so, and it is important to us that, every single type of player, doesn't get, and it's hard because people judge themselves harshly in general. It really is, like, especially at lower levels of Smite. I feel like when you lose a game, and on PS4, this is extremely apparent. To me, I'm a PS4 player, so I guess me trying to get into running Smite tournaments means nothing to PC players, but who knows?
Hey, I mean, if you build it, they'll come.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But you enter a party in PS4 and you start playing with people, and these people lose one game, and then half of the group leaves, and you're like, well, that was great,
Yep.
So for me, I think that obviously, there will be a split, and you don't want to play people that are worse than you, in general. But we also want to, like, make sure that everyone has the same mindset in that losing is okay. Playing badly is okay, as long as you're working to fix those things.
Exactly. Exactly.
And not be hard on yourself or other people, because a trend that I see is when you're really hard on yourself, really hard on other people, and that's why I think that I as a person who plays Smite have had so little trouble, is because I'm not the hardest on myself when I don't. If I'm playing in a a competitive, like when I was younger, playing COD, I was really hard on myself, and I took that shit out on everyone else. But now I know where I stand, and I know that I'm getting better, so I'm not really hard on myself, and it makes it easier not to be hard on other people. The important thing is that it doesn't matter who you're playing. You make sure you're playing to the best of your ability every single time, and then let us, SmiteTournaments.com, work the rest out.
Yeah.
And it will be worked out. Again, like, it'll be split up the best way possible, the most fair possible. And also, the smurfing is going to be a big problem, but we're going to deal with it the best that we can. And when things really get going, again, more towards the end of January, when things really start to pick up and we really start, like,
You'll gain your momentum, man. You know what I mean? You'll figure it out.
Yeah. Everything will kind of work itself out. I really do believe that. And obviously, I'm doing all of the project management possible to make sure everything works itself out. But I really do believe with the Smite community, there's a lot of really great people in the Smite community, and I feel like the Smite community forgets it. Like, there's a lot of really nice people. Like, Face is one of them. He's just a nice guy. Like, he's just really just a nice guy, and he me and SmiteTournaments.com and a lot of other people are just really nice people.
Yeah.
And I feel like Smite forgets that, or the player base forgets There are
It's
people
a
who watch you succeed.
universal gaming phenomena that everyone
Yeah.
forgets that not everyone sucks.
Right.
You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
that there are decent people within every title on every platform. You know, it's what it goes back to what we were talking about before with the disconnect. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, you know, if you're not close enough to get slapped, then people aren't very concerned with being nice. You know what I
You
mean?
mean to tell me I'm not the best player in the world?
You
and
suck,
everyone's
bro.
worse than me?
You are only here because I like your soundboard and for comic relief.
Comic relief. Oh no. But yeah, so it's also it's one of those things where you can also just kind of look for scrims in the community, and I feel that every community pretty much has this. But you go to the Discord and you look down at Scrim Finder, and there are people actually. SPC Hendrick has been looking for scrims recently.
Yep. No, that boy's about the grind.
Yeah, he really is.
That boy is about the fucking grind. You
That
know what I
man
mean?
is in my DMs every hour. of the
Oh, he
night.
wants it, bro. Like that's. Listen, I've never seen him play. I don't know what level he's on. He could be the worst player in the world, but he fucking wants it.
Right.
He fucking wants it. You know what I mean? Like that guy is fucking in there, which I like because
He got a lot of work.
yeah.
He got the mentality for it. That man does not tilt.
Yeah, which is great. You know, he wasn't originally brought on as the team leader of that team. I originally had someone else, and then within 3 days, I was like, "You're gonna be the team leader now." You know, because if I had the other guy as a team leader for like a month, and I found SPC Hendrick myself because I was like, "This is fucking." I was like, "We're not getting any ground."
Right.
And then I realized that within 3 days, Hendrick had built a team, had came up with a schedule, and had ideas. I was like, okay, it's clear who needs to be running the show here.
Right.
You know, and I mean, like, even if, let's say, like Joe, like for example, if you were to fucking message me a month from now and you were like, listen, this is not working, it's not going to work.
Like I told you from the beginning, and I asked you what you're looking for. I mean, they got some serious work ahead of them, but they definitely have the right mentality for it.
Yeah, you know, the mentality is definitely there, and you know, worst comes to worst, he becomes a team manager. You know what I mean? And that is the goal. That is the position that I really think he strives on the most.
Without a doubt, he is all
He
in
is
for
fucking in it. You know, you know, which is awesome. Which is awesome for me to see. You know what I mean? Because it's like I'm busy doing a lot of other things. You know, I really don't have the ability to. You know, like I have to admit, the Smite team is the team that I interfere with the least. Honestly. Especially now that Joe is here, where I don't, you know, like, I know that Joe, I know that if something, that if need be, Joe would be able to DM me and just be like, listen, this guy's got to fucking leave. If one of the players was just not up to snuff, I'm pretty sure he would, it wouldn't even get that far because he would tell Hendrick to fucking get rid of whoever it was and then he would do it and I wouldn't even hear about it. You know, like that's how well they're circulating on their own, which is great. This has been running on for a fucking while now, so I wanted to say, you know, is there anything that you want the people to hear before we close this out?
Yeah, I need to especially fucking Richard, bro. Thank you for the love and support,
For sure.
and it's like it's really refreshing. You know, I don't get too much hate, honestly. I don't really, nor do I really. And it doesn't really affect me either.
Well, you
but,
seem genuine,
yeah.
which
so,
is different than a lot of people, you know.
So yeah, I really appreciate, you know, everything that you're doing for me now and great business
Absolutely.
relationship in the future. I'd really like to thank Drew, and I'm sure he'll listen to this. I'm gonna send him the link when it goes up and stuff. But like it's gonna be there's a tough road ahead of us. There's a lot to do, but like we're gonna do it and hold our heads up high, and in 3 years we're gonna be able to like sip
Yeah.
some whiskey together and
Exactly.
just chill. That we did the best that we could and we succeeded.
Exactly. We'll be doing a fucking podcast. We'll be doing PDHM's 500th fucking podcast.
Right.
Fucking sitting on your
Yeah.
laurels in the mountain that you just built. You know, and we'll be doing some cool stuff, man. You know,
Yeah.
and you will be too. You know, we all are. And you know, I'm glad that I was able to meet you and be able to get you here on the show and do this. And you know, let's see where everything progresses. And you have a friend in us, and we definitely support you and back you 100%.
Yeah, man, I got 2 teams. Well, if Hedrick's full team's not in that Discord, they will be tonight, and I have my other one coming in as well.
Great. Can't wait to talk to them.
There we go, baby. That's what I like. Joe, does that other team have an org? Wink, wink.
Yeah, they're under a Gogi right now,
Oh, okay.
but that's a fresh thing, so I'll put in the word.
Yeah.
I'm a free cannon.
Fully funded. You drop that usually gets people's attention.
Mhm.
That's usually yeah. Fucking
I
look
can
at
prove
Rob.
it. I
Money?
can
Rob.
prove it too, bro.
Money?
I can
What?
Prove it.
Yeah,
Literally,
fucking you
I-
just did. You just did prove it. You haven't said a word in an hour and a half. I
Nah,
said
been
fully
listening,
funded, and
bro.
this man goes, that's right.
I said
Mhm.
that because the first time that you brought me in, I posted that I was looking for 3, and I didn't say fully funded, and then I was talking to Tristan, and I was like, watch me put fully funded on Discord, on Twitter, and 20 people are gonna hit me up. In a
Yep.
minute, I had 34 people trying to try out.
Yep. No, it's there's a lot of people now that are just making organizations, and they're just like, but you see it all the time on Twitter. New org looking for managers, fucking editors, streamers, Call of Duty team, Rainbow Six team, and they're just like they got like 3 followers, and they're just fucking looking for everything.
Right.
You know, and then you got people like us who have been doing it for a while. You know what I mean? And here's the thing, right? When one of those new guys, they try and do something new, that could make or break them. We already have the backbone to be able to fail and succeed one way or another. You know what I mean? I can shut down 2 or 3 of these teams right now, and it wouldn't affect us. You know what I mean? And that's not a lot of people can do that. So it's a good thing. It's definitely, being established fucking helps, for sure.
You should have so many
Um,
COD teams, bro. Like 5.
I don't know how we have 5, man. We have you, and we have the teams that we're sending to events, but that's like it. You and maybe fucking Tristan, if he's still interested.
We got Daniel. We got
Put me on
Minnesota
the team,
team.
Daniel's not signed yet.
Daniel's not signed yet.
He's still, bruh.
Hmm.
Okay,
Bruh,
you're
what do
right.
you mean?
Fuck
He's
it.
not
They're-
signed.
Nah, fuck
they-
it, fuck it.
I mean, he represented us in SoCal.
Nah, you better sign.
Man, I don't know what the fuck to think with you.
You
What's
like
that
hate
one?
that dude,
Yeah,
something.
it's
I
like
don't get it.
do you want me to do you want me to hate fuck you? Is that
like,
what this is?
Like, do you want to fuck Daniel's ass or something? Like, I don't get it. Are you like
do
into
you need
him?
me to
Like,
do you
why
need me
keep-
to fuck your ass? Is that what this is about? Is there some kind of a sexual tension build up? Because you were literally just telling me that we have too many teams, and then you're telling me that I better fucking sign people. You need to make up your
look,
mind.
The thing is, 2 teams max is great. More than 2 is just too
I
crowded.
agree, but you gotta look at it from the strategic side of what I'm doing.
What
I'm
if one
sending-
team falls apart? You have another team then.
I'm
right
sending
there.
teams. I'm signing the contracts that people are signing are for the event only.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's wrong. Like I said, I picked up the Helix team for you. The nasty team, bro.
Yeah.
Nasty.
With Chufla and all them, and the AFD team,
Yeah.
the Groovy and those guys.
Mm-hmm.
They're down. You know that, right? They messaged me today.
Yep, that's good. They found the 5th.
You think they'll win?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I gotta send them. The 18th.
But do you
Make the
think you
moves,
can
baby.
fight? That's the real question.
Wait, what?
What did you say,
Yeah.
Cody?
I said, do you think you can beat me in Smite? That's the real question. That's the test.
I don't know. It depends, man. You'll be running at me, and I'll drop a portal in front of you. You get fucking sucked into the Netherverse. You don't even know what the fuck happened to you.
If it's a glory hole, I'm all in.
Do you put,
Yeah.
you also host 1v1 tourneys? Like,
Yeah, we haven't hosted any. We were going to host one last week, but I was sick and it was not worth it.
Rob wants the fucking hands.
Yeah.
I'm nasty at Smite. First of all,
Uh-oh.
There
I'm
we
nasty
go.
at Smite.
Oh, he beat all our asses.
Ego challenge.
You go challenge,
Why
yeah.
don't you play
all
fucking?
that-
Why don't you play?
all that
Why don't you
stuff.
play Joe?
We can do it right now on the podcast.
Ooh, ooh,
Ooh.
ooh.
You just can hear him crying in the background.
Oh my! Oh wow! You gotta hold
I
on.
like this.
Hold on, I'm putting out a fucking. I'm putting on a fucking post right now on Twitter.
I'm not a dual player, but I'll go for it. I just got to meet with my other team real quick. They just finished up scrims.
Hold
You've not
on.
even done downloading, bro. Come on now.
I'm gonna make a post. Oh yeah, see, that's it. Now he's fucking scared.
Oh,
Oh, it's not
no. It's not
downloaded.
I'll send proof. Look at the freaking general chat. Watch.
I mean, I haven't played duel since like season 4, but I was up in like Diamond Masters. I think.
There you go. Rob's gonna get shit on.
I'm a conquest player, man.
Rob's gonna get fucking
Just
spit on.
nuts dragged across his face.
Fucking upsetting.
African
Upsetting.
goggles.
African goggles, whatever that means.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. Oh my god, here.
Are we whipping out the Urban Dictionary again? You boys know
Yeah.
what the different what kunk is?
Oh, don't. That's disgusting.
Kunk is the best. I'm a
So-
kunk connoisseur. Don't even.
Oh my god, it's the worst thing possible to bring up during this.
Oh
But
wow.
I'm gonna go meet with them, and then if you want to play, just
He doesn't want to play.
Bro, it's downloading.
He doesn't
I
got
know
what
it's
he doesn't got
downloading.
what it takes.
He
He doesn't want
to
the
catch
smoke,
the
Joe.
smoke,
He
dude.
doesn't
He
want
doesn't
it.
want the smoke.
just hit me with that
Bro,
PM when you want it.
I'm nasty
Ooh.
at Smite. When I tell you that I'm nasty, I'm nasty.
And then
Joe,
he's
hold
like
on.
a silver or a gold.
Joe just
I'm
said
nasty, bro.
Joe,
I haven't played
he's
it in a
copper,
minute, bro.
bronze. Joe,
He's like
Joe,
copper, and he's like only good at those ranks. I'm nasty, bro. I'm nasty.
Yeah,
Joe just said, "Hit my DM when you want it." I don't know if anyone heard it, but he said, "Hit my DM when you want it."
Look at the general chat, bro.
He
Come
just
on
got
now.
all thuggy out of nowhere. That's hot.
Jesus.
I like
I
that.
like it.
I like that.
Oh
a lot.
man, you're challenging me on PS4, man. That's just not fair.
I play PC.
Why, Joe? What are you? PC?
Yeah.
It's all right.
The master race. Let's go.
Listen,
I'm
when
not
you
the
when
only
you when you beat him, no matter what, there's gonna be a fucking crutch involved, right? whether oh this is all you do, oh this is all you play,
Oh, I'm on console,
I'm
you
on
get more frames.
console. It doesn't
No,
matter.
how about I play Sylvanas? You
Bro,
play Andy God, I'll play Sylvanas.
Bro, you got mouse and keyboard. I got a controller. Like,
No,
what the
I'm
fuck,
PS4.
bro?
I just said that.
Oh.
I need to get Rainbow Six too.
Yeah, so you can
You need
fucking
me to
why
clap
don't
you
you
on there?
why don't you
Nah,
challenge
bro,
Like,
Scrubby?
that your ass on
too.
there, bitch?
I'm nasty at Rainbow Six too,
I'll believe it when I see it.
bro. Bro, I played it on Xbox.
Yeah,
Rob,
console
Rob,
doesn't mean
Rob,
shit, bro.
Rob, if you haven't
Bro.
seen it yet, bro, you gotta
I'm
check out our
stupid.
Instagram
That's what I'm trying to say.
and watch these clips
What?
of Scrub. Just like I've never seen people turn. Like I've never seen someone turn
Was
on
he the
somebody.
180? Wasn't he the 180?
He was 180. He's got a bunch of 180s on there. Disgusting shit.
I needed
Honestly,
no.
like-
That was old. I'm better now.
I'll be right back, though, guys.
All
I
right,
gotta go
brother.
meet.
See you.
That's the thing I've finally gotten good at in Smite. Because on controller, it's honestly it's a headache. Like aiming is a headache. But
Yes.
I'm finally accurate enough. Like fucking started hitting autos like just recently, I guess. Like
Yeah, I've never been good at that. You know who else I liked on Smite was Chiron.
Chiron.
I liked him. He was cool to play as.
Honestly, when I started playing Smite, I only played Loki. Like
I always try it and I just fucking do terrible. I don't know why. I always get like super confident and then just get fucking smoked. Always. All right, so let's wrap this up because it's fucking late. Let's wrap this up.
My Packers
Um,
won, by the way.
What'd you say, Robbie?
My Packers won.
Packers won.
Ooh.
There you go. Who did they play?
Seahawks.
They're beating the 49ers. They're winning it all.
Yeah, 49ers are gonna win the whole thing. Everyone knows that. Chiefs did good today.
Yo, cheese. Oh my god.
Yeah, shit was crazy. You guys have just got the best fucking things.
Finally, the fucking ones we had before sucked.
Wait,
Besides the hobby one, that's the only
Wait.
fucking one we had. My favorite one right now was Macho Man Randy Savage, and you can never beat him. Okay.
No. You know which one I like is the one that you just made of that dude's face.
Oh, the one with fucking the one Mexican dude laughing.
Yeah, but the one again
That
because
was
his
pretty
face
funny.
is all stretched out, so it's really
No,
great.
it's not.
That's really good stuff.
Oh my god, Richard.
That's good shit. I like that a lot. With the fucking 3 teeth. That's like every fucking rapey uncle fucking that any like Mexican family has ever had. That's him.
Oh God.
It's Uncle Bill right there.
Right, Javi? No, that's fucking Tio
Uncle
Seco.
Bill.
No, that's Tio Juan came last week, and he's there fucking two bottles
He's like
deep.
ex-MS-13 member or whatever.
Two bottles deep. His whole body's covered in fucking tattoos. Out the
Ex-
side, Uncle Juan's in the
Just fucking
backyard.
Hammered.
Fucking just chilling and shit.
He's the guy backhanding that other dude. He's got like fucking shorts down to his ankles pretty much. He's got the long socks and shit with
I
the
love that guy
Converse.
dancing in front of the fucking. You know, is that who you're talking about? Dancing in front of the fucking car with the hydraulics.
No. I'm just thinking of the stereotypical cholo outfit.
That's what I'm saying. This guy, I
Yeah.
gotta find that fucking video.
Dude,
and send it to you.
when
It's
I
so
when I
good.
first started working construction, I was doing residential out in Arizona, and this one dude I work with, straight up immigrated from Mexico, had tattoos on his face and shit, and perfectly looked like the most stereotypical cholo on the face of the planet. It
his
was
name
amazing.
fucking Hector.
It was.
There you go, baby.
I'm not even lying. That dude was cool as fuck though. He was so down to earth. I love that dude.
That's cool, man.
It was funny as hell.
That doesn't matter. You know, like even me, right? Like I'm going to Las Vegas in a week, and like Delana and I we're talking about the fact that my business asked me to make sure that my tattoos were covered up. You know, and it's just like we're fucking. The technology exists to be able to take your dick and turn it into a vagina, but I can't have tattoos out in public. Like this is it's 2020, people. Let's fucking go with the program. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, the world is different than it used to be. I got a nose pierce and I got fucking tattoos. It doesn't change what I can do or my
You and me
capabilities
both.
in
Yeah.
any
I get
capacity.
my nose pierced too.
Scrubby, do you have your nose pierced?
I used to have my nose pierced, but my ears are stretched to 3/4 of an inch.
Oh my god.
That's gross.
Then I got a sleeve and shit, but I like the fact that I work construction, so it doesn't really matter. I don't have to cover anything up.
Well, that's the thing is I work construction, but I'm
Yeah.
on the
Streets.
You're
what is it?
you're in the office, motherfucker. But it's for construction.
Well, no, I'm not. Yeah, that's the thing is like I'm not even I'm on the site. I'm a project
I know
manager. You know what I mean?
you're
Like
basically a
construction manager,
super.
project manager.
Yeah,
Well, no, because I write all the contracts and I do all that kind of stuff too.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
it's like
exactly.
general contractor basically because we don't have a
Yeah.
GC, so the development company acts as a GC, and that's essentially what I become.
Yeah.
If you need another general contractor, hit me up.
Where are you based out of?
I'm in LA.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm in New Jersey, so if you want to get on a plane for fucking 6 hours
I've had worse.
and be cold, then by all means.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that I will not be able to do. Like,
Yeah.
Being freezing, yeah. No way I can do that either.
Today was nice, man. Like I couldn't believe it. New Jersey. Last week it was like 20 degrees. Today it was like 65.
yeah,
I
that's
couldn't
too
fucking
I can
believe
deal
it.
with that.
Oh no, today was beautiful. I was out. We opened the fucking windows.
Oh, it's
Usually,
freezing.
usually it's like
What?
snowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
60. What are you guys freaking? No, 65 is beautiful.
60
That's
no,
nice.
65 is
65 is nice.
yeah.
I wish it was 65
Yeah,
here.
65 is fucking gorgeous. We had the windows cracked. Fucking Delaney took the boy to the park. It was nice,
The
man.
boy.
The boy.
He threw the boy to the
Oh,
bar.
perfect.
You don't do the boy to the park.
No, Javi sent me this video of Kratos, God of War. Like it's like 6 minutes long of him just saying boy, 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 just over and over again.
We need to find
Yeah.
a meme of that and make it into emoji.
That's
right
exactly
You
what I'm
have
trying
to.
to do right now.
Well, and then it's like, and then he showed me, right? He put a fucking picture of Kratos and I side by side, and I was like, fuck me.
I can see it. I can
There's a
see
few striking similarities. One is a beard.
You're
one
both
is also
fucking
lack
ugly.
of hair, and the third is both are ugly.
it. Exactly.
All right,
All right, well,
so let's wrap this
I
up.
gotta hop off. But
All right.
final message is: if you're listening to this and you don't play Smite, god damn it, man, play some Smite.
Pick it up. Don't be a bitch. Get in there.
Am I a
Hell
bitch
yeah.
if I tried it and don't like it?
Wet noodle.
I think
Wet
we're
noodle.
listening.
Those of you who
I put
who
6
know,
hours in. I just wasn't my thing.
those of you who know, and those of you who don't never will. Wet noodle. Boom. Said it.
Hell yeah. Amen.
Amen. See, he doesn't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but here he is.
Hey, wet noodle.
Wet noodle. So shameless plug. So that was SmiteTournaments.com, doing really cool stuff. And then check out our website, Scrubby. Can you put the link up in the general chat?
So I was just about
Thank
to
you,
do.
sir. PDHM-NA.com. Check out your merch and apparel and anything else that you might need. Javi, do you want to say the sponsors?
Sponsors? No, I don't want to say no
Say
sponsors.
the fucking sponsors. You did it for the first video. It was nice.
Yeah, I did it for the first video.
Oh my
but-
god, I do so much. Just do it.
Shout out to the sponsors: Rogue Energy, Boss Boxes,
Good game
Eminence
bracelets.
Wrap Shop.
Yeah.
Gamer grips.
Mom and Dad.
Fatal grips.
Yeah, that.
No.
What was the wristband one? GG wristbands or?
Yep. Rogue Energy, Boss Boxes, GG Game Bracelets, Eminence Wrap Space out of Cali. Shout out to Julian. And I think his name's Garrett too, isn't it? The store owner?
Eminence, yeah,
Yeah.
it's Garrett.
Shout out to fucking Garrett over there too. And what was the one that I just missed? I missed one. Fatal Grips. Code PDHM on everything. And
Except for Eminence, because I don't think Eminence has discount codes like that.
no, I would just say that we're with you, that you're with us, and then maybe he might be able to fucking
Sure.
give you a little savings. Little savings, you know what I'm talking about?
Save yourself some money right
Save
there,
yourself a
boss.
little bit of money, baby. Come on, man.
Listen here.
Listen here. All right, boys. So, anyone else want to say anything, or is that it?
I got one thing for you.
Tell me, give it to me.
You already know what it is.
Oh my God, hit him with it. Goodbye.